Hi guys, this is my week 1 and week 2 roundup of One Book July 2017. Tilly says hi. She's so cute. And it's a quick video because I don't have much memory left on my camera, so quickly. I put my planner, which is a Leuchtturm, 1917 even, inside my A5 Flex cover because it was starting to get a bit damaged around here and it was starting to get a bit nicked, and also I wanted some storage to go with it, so I've got all these pockets. Inside here I've got my bus pass, a couple of post-its, some bits of paper for writing little notes on. I can put my receipts in here because I'm trying to keep track of my spending. The Flex notepad, and the reason why I haven't actually put that where it's supposed to go in the Flex is because if I put it here where the notebook sits on top of it, it would create a lot of bulk, so I wouldn't be able to write properly without the pen skipping because of the bulk. I've put in the divider bookmarky pen loop thing that the Flex came with a Leuchtturm pen loop on there because I feel like this one isn't very easy to put pens in, and also it's too far down, whereas the Leuchtturm you can stick anywhere. And I'm not going to show you everything in the planner because I did a quick show of what I'd already put in there last time, so I haven't finished doing the contents. I'll show you a couple of pages that I've been doing things to that I think is useful for my planning. I haven't made use of the calendar very much. I've still got to figure out what to do with that. I have not really used that very much. Right, so I've been making more use of my budget and wish list pages. My wish list is really important so that I don't just go out and buy what I want, but I really consider whether I really do want it, because I tend to, if things are a novelty, the novelty tends to wear off after about 3 weeks. So if I still want it after 3 weeks, then I can still consider actually buying it. I'm using post-it notes to add sort of temporary reminders and things, washi tape to stick them down because the post-its aren't very good. I've got more information about my budget here, and I can keep adding to this, so this is like a reference page, but it's as I think of things I can add it rather than a fully functioning reference page. It's one that I can keep adding to. This is my weekly timetable. This is like a sort of draft copy. I'll tell you more about this in a minute. My currently pages, which I still need to add to, this is something I've been doing for a few years, so basically it's currently what I'm waiting for, things that are on my mind, things that it's basically a brain dump but in categories of things that are currently part of my life. That it's not things like what I'm reading, what I'm watching, but it's currently what I've got to keep track of, what I've got to keep my mind onto. I've washi taped shut my Christmas presents pages so that people don't open it and see what I've gotten for Christmas. I'm making a list of things to do in my room. My list of don't buys, because I've got so much stationery and I love buying it and I don't need it. So if I've got RO next to it, it means I'm allowed to buy that again when I run out, but at the moment I'm not allowed to buy it because I haven't run out yet. My work shifts that I've done, I can keep adding to that. So in here I've got reference pages, recording pages, so this is a recording page because I record my work shifts as and when I do them. Right, here is my bullet journal. So this is the more traditional bullet journal where I just have as much space for every day as I need, but it's not good for forward planning because you only write today, and you could do a whole page and a half for today or 2 lines. It's very flexible, but it's not good for forward planning because you can't put tomorrow's section until you finish today. So I'm going to have to skip forward because I then went over here and I was going to use the weekly timetable format for every week. So this is my sort of template timetable of the sort of things that I would do, but it's not fixed. It's very, if I have time or if I want to do them, I will do them. But I was thinking that then I would do this every week, in which I would sort of pre-plan my week with well, on Tuesday I'm finishing work late, so I won't do too much, and then on Thursday I'll finish work early, so I'll do a bit more, and this is the sort of stuff that I need to do, and I need to do this type of yoga because my back will hurt that day, and then I can do a more sort of yin yoga on this day, and blah blah blah. I hardly use this, so I've decided to not do that every week because it's basically mostly going to look like this. And why not just use this one as my sort of timetable and not be copying out almost the same information every day and every week. And also this isn't very good for forward planning because there isn't really any room for me to write notes or to-dos for a specific day. Although I really do like the fact that I've got lots of space down here, so I've got my to-do list for that week, and then I can put my big rocks, my stuff for specific projects. But I've decided that what I'm going to do is I am going to, when I find it, here we go, I'm going to have my week on 2-page spread, and then I have a tip in of an extra page where I can put my big rocks and my project planning and stuff for that week. So I'm going to be using this. I still need to finish my weekly timetable with the sort of stuff I need to do every day in a typical week, and then I will be able to transfer it into here. But I think I'm still going to be using the bullet journal format because now I've got this for forward planning, I can use the bullet journal for dailies. So I've got the flexibility of more space for bullet journaling, but I've got this for forward planning. But when I've got this sort of timetable in my mind for the sort of things I do on those days of a typical week, I may not need to reference it too much. I may know that every Wednesday I do this, this and this. So why does that need to be in the top section of my my week on 2 pages? Why do I need to have that so obviously? Why can't I leave more space for planning stuff that I don't normally do, or planning my weekly timetable stuff but in more detail? So I might put that in like the right hand column and then use most of the space for planning the stuff that I don't normally do every day. Yes, so I'm going to do a colour coding page and a symbols page. This, I've started an experiments spread, so if I'm trying to see if doing something every day helps my whatever, and then I've got these post-it notes to track them. I'm trying to use up my post-it notes. I've got so many and I hardly ever use them. And one of the things in my Leuchtturm, in my beautiful bound book, in my bullet journal that I don't want is to have a page where I use it for 2 days and it's only relevant for those 2 days, and then it's in my permanent planner that I'm going to be using for months and it's taking up space. So I'm trying to come up with lots of measures for doing temporary planning. Oh, look at her. Oh, baby. So using post-it notes, using tip-ins, taping paper to pages. So I'm trying to come up with ways to do that, which I've done in the past, but I'm trying to come up with some more ingenuous ways. Is that what I want to say? Ways with ingenuity. So I'm going to have a spread for notes, and then once I've scribbled on, basically I'm going to tape scrap paper in here with washi tape, and then when I finish scribbling on that page I'll throw it away and tape some blank new scrap paper in. And then I've not put a header because I started this on the bus when I've only got my black pen with me, but this is for a project that I'm doing. And then store, so that's basically when I buy certain things in bulk, like food and toiletries, and then I know what I've got in stock. So that's what I've done so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely learning what I need in a planner, what I don't need in a planner. Developing ways around the fact that I don't want too much temporary stuff in here, and definitely on my way to figuring out what I need for my weekly planning and stuff like that. It's definitely still a learning curve, and I will be coming back to you in a couple of weeks to do the week 3 and 4 to show you what I've done then, with what I'll be focusing on is making my weekly spreads more effective, using them more effectively. So I will show you what I've been doing then, and I hope you're enjoying One Book July. I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye!